Well, if you came back, welcome back. I don't know what happened. Maybe technology didn't want me to talk about Ja. Wow, that was weird. It just cut off. So I know I had some friends on there. Let me see if you come back. And now I've got to figure out, do I piece these two together? And now I look at them as separate messages because I'm talking about the END, the exciting new day. And I didn't misspell year. I spelled it Y-E-A-H. Yeah. Because it's Happy New Year. I've got a chance to do it again. Hey, what's up, Sims? Welcome back, man. Thank you. Don't ask. You know I don't know what happened to the technology. It just cut off, and I'm clicking on the phone, and it finally came back on. The battery didn't run out, so I just don't know what happened. Okay, hey, Joanne. All right. So, Joanne, I'm going to double check your page and make sure that everything is okay, that you're still making it through, all right? But it's great praying for you. Okay, so anyway, I'm down to the last 3 months that I've been celebrating. Hey, what's up, Loranda Zamora? I love you. You know, we go way back. Okay, but when I got cut off, I was talking about how I met this young poet named Ja Smalls, and he had been gunned down in New York. And 27 years ago, and he survived that. And he doesn't focus on the pain and the tragedy. He focuses on the new day. That's also why I say END, an exciting new day. It's always the end because it's always the beginning. God created the world on the seventh day. He rested. That's why 7 is the number for completion. But 8 is the number for new beginnings because he didn't create the earth and then get out of the way. He said, okay, now that I've done that, let me start doing things. So, so 8 is the number for new beginnings. And sometimes I equate that because you got to find things that work for you. I was born in the 8th month. And August, and 8, and I'm not only was so 8 new beginnings. August is the in alphabetical. It's the second month of the year because it starts with the letter A. Also, it's born under the sign of Virgo, which is the beginning. So it's all again find reasons to make things work for you. Then in October, I got a chance to speak at United Concordia Dental government service contractor for the U.S. Army, for the military rather, excuse me, and I got to speak to their sales reps around the country and give them some refresher training. Our session then was called the Decision to Win. Reminding them that, again, like I say earlier, that winning is personal and that each of them was a success based on what they had done. They have this meeting like every 2 years. So it was great to be able to refresh them and help them feel good about what they're doing. I got a good friend that is on Facebook. I think Isaiah is on Facebook, and I'm not sure if Greg is, but a couple of people. And in fact, oh my God, Anthony, I know I've got his friendship. Ooh, Anthony, can't remember your name because I wasn't, see, that's the thing. It's the beauty of when you start thinking of good things, other good thoughts come to mind that you may not necessarily have prepared for. And isn't it more important to remember spirits than full names? I always say to someone, I say, I don't care if you forget my name. I don't care, call me what you want, but call me for dinner. But yeah, because what we really remember are the spirits. That's why even my company name, I forgot to mention that in March, that was when I got certified or approved for my LLC through the government. And my LLC, my company name is The Top Line. And what it reminds people that you can't reach the bottom line, which we always hear companies talking about in business. You can't reach the bottom line if you don't deal with the top line. And the top line is how I feel affects other people. So you'll see that on my posts when I do my memes. You'll see up in the upper left-hand corner and on my newsletter, my letterhead, etc. How I feel affects other people because how other people feel affects your business. So remember, your feeling, you make a difference in people's lives. So someone is always monitoring you how you feel. Think about it. If you're in a good mood, think about haven't you seen the domino effect, especially if you're a supervisor? If you're in a bad mood, haven't you seen people tiptoeing around you, especially if you're a parent? See, it doesn't matter if you're on a team, how you feel will affect the other people in your life. And what's life about? About going from one puzzle to the next. You're either a small, medium, or large piece of every puzzle in your business, social, or entertainment and social circles. But no matter what size piece of the puzzle you see yourself as, small, medium, or large, without you, the puzzle is incomplete. So how you feel does affect other people. Please continue to feel good about yourself, because the most important person for you to feel affect is you. And so I got my government approval for my LLC back in March. So back to October. I also participated in October, on October 20th, with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention on their Out of the Dark walk. See, that's one of the highlights of my year. We always talk about giving back, but don't worry about giving back and getting counted. You know, you have to do things that make you feel good about what you do and how, you know, your visible impact. I'm going to call that a VI, a visible impact, because you touch people's lives, and every person whose life you touch positively and sometimes negatively, but especially the ones you touch positively, may not get to thank you. They may not even know that it's you that helped them. So you can't worry about instant feedback. Oh, I helped this person and I got to get thanked. No. So I definitely send that message out to our teachers and educators, because you'll get a nice long vacation when we go over the Christmas holidays. But the thing is, you make a difference. You're not going to get that instant gratification every day with every student. So do like the vitamin, one a day. Reach one student a day. Make that your goal. And keep finding ways to keep your spirit up. And all of us can do that. Just reach one person a day. And really the most important person that you can reach each day is yourself. Reach yourself, because once you reach you, you impact and save a lot of lives. And I'm hearing you. What you saying there, Fer? I'm blessed, but it's freezing into your soul. So what's in your heart? Yeah, do what's in your heart and bless others. Yeah, because it may be cold outside. Remember Barry White, Love Unlimited? It may be cold outside, but in my heart it's spring. See, the warmth that you bring to other people, because don't other people, if at your job, come in talking about, oh man, it's cold, I had so much trouble getting to work. And then if you can say something that just snaps them out of it and say, yeah, but you know what, such and such, it may not happen instantly. They might not, you say, you know, oh yeah, you're right, I feel blessed to be here. But let them get that out, and then think of something wonderful. You can always think of something wonderful about being here today. And even if it's sometimes the fact that, you know what, you're really not responsible for their happiness if they refuse to be happy. So as you hear other people complain, sometimes think about your blessings. Because as you think about your blessing, instead of buying into theirs, your reaction, your body language, your countenance will say positive. And then they may catch that. See, you don't have to constantly say, I'm going to turn this person around. No, you have to say, I'm going to be who I am. And then that person, when they're ready, they'll make a choice to share with you. Think about that. It makes a difference. Be who you are. I always say, even in my speaking business, I don't practice what I preach. I preach what I practice. Because I know that I'm going to make more of a difference when I can show the light by being the light. So if I say to someone, one of the things I always say, that the number one communication skill is not my saying, but the truth is the number one communication skill is listening. So as a speaker, I have to hear what I say to make sure that I believe it. How are you doing that as a parent, as a coach, as a friend? Are you giving people advice that you would not take? It is so important to preach what you practice. And so finally, in the month of November, well, my sister and a good friend, Lady D, one of my other spiritual sisters, came to visit on the first weekend in November. Why? Because they're talking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. So, you know, and now I hear that my sister niece may be talking about moving, you know, and I say to you, move, do something different. People calling it stepping out on faith. But the truth is, you step up on faith. You don't step out. You step up by believing in yourself and know that it's not supposed to be easy. So when it's a rough road, you almost want to celebrate. Oh my God, it's a rough road. I must be on the right track, because the smooth road is usually not the right track. Even think about a mudslide is slipping down and out. So the bumpy road means that as I'm working to get through this bumpy road, I'm building strength. I'm working muscles that I didn't have, or I didn't know I had before, and I'm strengthening myself. It's certainly strengthening my resolve. So that's what you want to do. So yeah, my sister came down. Oops, and then, oh no, I'm still in November. Then in November, one of the highlights of my November, I went down to Atlanta to celebrate my friend Joyce and Nancy. They celebrate their birthday every year. I think they've been doing it now for over 30 years because they're born on the same day, November 10th. But on my trip down to Atlanta to celebrate their birthday with them, and I got to throw in one more footnote because Joyce and I have been friends over 30 years. And I had actually introduced her to my good friend Roger. They were both good friends in my life in my 20s, different hangout groups, and they ended up dating, and now they've been married 26 years, 27 years. I could be wrong on the number, but I love them to death, and so glad that I was able to see their relationship. So they're one of my hallmark relationships that I watched it from day one. And the reason I watched it hard, I have to tell you, I'm one that doesn't, I'm always nervous if friends date. Because what happens if it doesn't go right? You got to choose a friend, or, making one of them uncomfortable around one another. Come on, there's a lot of stuff to think about. Don't just push things off. Oh no, that ain't going to happen. Anything can happen. You see it on TV. It can happen in your life. But anyway, happy to have gone down to celebrate Joyce's birthday. But here's another part of that blessing. 3 or 4 years ago, I think it's 3, that I have an older brother through my father before he married my mother. I always heard of him, but I met him by phone 3 years ago. And then and through my younger sister, through my father's second marriage, who actually had met him in her younger days and had a relationship with him. So she kept us in touch by word, by her speaking about it. But then I got to actually speak to him 3 years ago. And then last year, 2017, I actually met him physically, and we sat and talked for like a good 4 hours. That's James. And we just had a ball. Well, when I went down to Atlanta, because when we did that, he's in Ohio. He had come to Asheville, North Carolina for a conference. So I went up there and spent the day. But now, as I'm going down to Atlanta to celebrate Joyce's birthday, I met his son and daughter, Gerald and Kian, and my other nephew lives abroad, I think in Germany, so I didn't get to meet him, but I got to meet them and their family, Melody and Kian and what's Kian's husband's name? Time's up. But I got to meet them and Junior, her son. Just had an absolute ball with them, and so it was good meeting my nieces and nephews, and just adding that to the family legacy. And so that was one of the highlights in my November, and that's been my year. And then also what I left out is in September. I introduced my new T-shirt. Like I said, this one, but in lime green. So you'll find that on my website. And so again, don't wait for December 31st. And you know what, I know you may like to make New Year's resolutions, but you can make a New Year's resolution every single day, because every day starts a new year. Don't discount 2018. How many people say, well, next year is going to be my year? And they say that every year. So which year is going to be your year? This was your year. 2018 was your year. Whatever happened, this was your year. And now you're going to use that momentum for whatever you decide to do, or whatever path God has you on for 2019. And then 2019 is going to be your year, and that's going to put you on a path for 2020. Hey, Chris, man, I talked earlier about the MRTs, and thank you for involving me with that. So you might have missed it, but it was 2 broadcasts because I got cut off. But I think I talked about our MRT. In fact, the other thing about when I went to do the MRT training in that was in Myrtle Beach. I got out there and exercised with the soldiers in the sand on the beach. I got out there and gave them a break, right? Because I was always pulling up the rear, so they got a little extra rest before the next exercise. But I got a lot of good friends out there through them, and they all make a difference. I've gotten to see one of them get married now, but she's with the victim advocates. and my good friend Leslie Krause and her husband Rich make a difference in my life. Oh, got to see Ashley Young, who was in charge of the sexual assault prevention, and she's now, started, retired from the military and started her own therapy business, but she's got whatever kind of business she's got that, and through meeting her wonderful husband who was cool with me, Nathan, said, yeah, and thank you, Chris. Yeah, we hey, that's Captain Sporty, huh, Chris? Oh, look what I got. Look what I keep right here. So, and I've got a little shrine over here where I keep all of my happy memories. I got a military flag that they gave me when I was in San Antonio. I got coins. I got different things. But so that's another thing I'd say to you. Make sure you surround yourself with the things that make you smile for those days when you have to smile. Because, for instance, me as a motivational speaker, I'm not going to be with you 24/7, 365, 24/7, running behind you saying, it's okay, cheer up. You've got to find ways. Motivation is internal. So you've got to recognize that technically what I am is an inspirational speaker, because I'll give you inspiration to find the motivation. You've got to find it in yourself, within yourself, and make it happen. So start to do the things that make a difference for you today, because you start a new day. You start a new. This just started a new 365 for you. It doesn't even matter when you checked in on this broadcast. You just started a new 365. So every day is the end. It's not just a year. Every day is the end. E-N-D. It's an exciting new day, because you got a chance to wake up and say, yeah, Y-E-A-H. Yes, I'm getting a chance to do it again. My prayer every morning, I wake up, I say, Lord, thank you for waking me up again this morning and allowing me the vision that I might flourish among your creation. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and I hope that you will go through your calendar. I'm going to go through mine and find some more things that I can celebrate, and more people, and I'm sure that your name will be among them. In fact, Facebook reactivating me in October out of the clear blue after going back and forth with them. So that was good. I'll get to post that on my old Facebook page again, and just relive some of it, because I had like 4,000 friends on there. I'm up to just under, I got like 1,000 something on the new page, and some duplication. But man, isn't duplication wonderful as well? See, as you talk, you'll think of one thing to celebrate. So let me end this broadcast by just reminding you that Wednesday is not hump day, because hump has the connotation of the need to get over, when what we actually need to do is find ways to keep it together. Hey, Brenda. So keep finding ways to keep it together. And that's why I call Wednesday Glue Wednesday, because it's the middle of a traditional 7-day week, which keeps the beginning and the weekend together. So if you can keep it together, you can get through your week. And guess what? Once you get through your week, you can get through your day, you can get through your month, you can get through your year. So it's always a happy new year. This is Sporty King signing off, and I'll take care of you and see you again next week. Okay? Over and out. Ciao. Oh, I'm going to do some shout-outs before I go, because I see, but Allison, my wife, you just getting on as I'm getting ready to exit. And it's funny because they did this in 2 takes, because it cut me off on my first broadcast, so I had to get back on. So love you, Allison, and all my homies that got on with me today. I appreciate all of y'all. Take care and stay safe. Stay safe and savvy is what I call it. Ciao.